32-year-old telecom technician, activist, and model Rehana Fathima was stopped by protesters from entering the Sabarimala shrine, which has been historically closed to all of women of menstruating age. The shrine management says the ban on women is also because the temple deity, Lord Ayyappa, was a bachelor. In Hinduism, menstruating women are regarded as unclean and are not to participate in religious rituals. India's Supreme Court overturned the ban in September, which allowed women of all ages to visit the temple. Miss Fatima and one female journalist trekked to the hilltop shrine and managed to reach the main temple premises in October. They were accompanied by more than 100 policemen, but they had to return after a standoff with devotees meters from the temple sanctum. She was arrested at her office and was sent to prison for 14 days to allow investigation.
Wait.
Her employer has suspended her until investigations are complete.
Okay, there seems to be two different stories here. One is that the people at the temple didn't want women to show up there because their god is too horny to handle women, right? And he's a bachelor, right? So that's why women.
That's correct. We reported on this in September, in late September, and there were 100 policemen had to whenever they finally released this ban, women immediately went to the temple, and they had to be escorted by 100 police officers because of the thousands of angry men who were out there saying that women shouldn't be in a temple of a bachelor god because it might make him horny.
Yeah, and the god is like bachelor, and he's also has a vow of celibacy, right? So they want to make sure these women don't tempt their god, right? But what's the now? But this is a story about a photo. How does the photo come?
So she stopped at the temple and she took a selfie in the temple. So this photo that you see of her glorious thigh was taken at the temple, and so. And this was in October, and then she was arrested in her office on Tuesday. They came up to her office and sent her to prison for 14 days, and they accused her of hurting religious sentiments.
Oh, fuck off! So the police had two different roles here. One was trying to protect the woman to be able to go to the temple, but the ban was lifted. Which is good. Thank you, India, for having some secular decency. But at the same time, fuck you, police of India, for arresting this woman for this picture, right? Like, what the hell? So first they protected a whole bunch of women to be able to go to the temple, but then they arrested this woman for taking this picture in the temple.
Yeah.
What is that
exactly
thing on her forehead? Is that the...
It's ritual smudging that they put on, and they wear black when they go to the temple because that's the color that appeals to the Lord Ayyappa.
And this woman, she's an activist. These women are not these women are heroes.
She was one of the pioneering women who got them to overturn the ban, and was one of the first women to enter that temple in years, in a long time.
So these women are not just going there to worship. These women are going there as a fuck you to anti-woman rules.
That's correct.
Wow.
That's correct. And I also want to remind you, kind of playing the devil's advocate here, but thousands of men have been arrested for protesting women being at the shrine. But at the same time, they're also enabling these men to keep doing this whenever they are acting on these reports. And because that's basically what happened is somebody called the police and said, hey, she just took this photo. She's angering the god. She put it on Facebook. You have to come in and arrest her. And they did.
And what city is this in?
This was in I don't remember the name of the city.
If you
Sabarimala, it was the Sabarimala shrine, and it's in
what's her name? What's the name of the activist?
Her name is Rehana Fathima.
Okay, so if you live close by, she's losing her job for this, right? Like her employer is like
right. Her job was in Cochin, and she was a telecom technician at this company, and it's called BSNL. I'm not sure what it stands for, but they suspended her until the investigation is complete.
So if you own a business and you're close by in India, in this whatever city she's in, if you want to support this kind of activism, if you want to support secularism, please hire somebody. Please hire this woman and give her a job so that there's less consequences to what she did.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Good job, her. Like this, I don't know if people in India know that these are the people. This is the face of people that are making sure that this kind of bullshit doesn't influence. Like a lot of other women, this is a lot of women that would never know her name are going to benefit from her work for years to come. And these are the people that are basically break the barriers, like to what's limiting other. And people think that this is just about going to a temple or not. No, this is a fight against double standards. This is a fight against rules that are anti-woman. And when you set a precedent like this, if you're successful, it sets precedent for all other laws that are anti-woman. So this is the exact frontline activism that we need. Like as much as, you know, I would never be as brave as this woman that is taking. Yeah. She took these risks knowing what could possibly happen. Like this woman is a hero. Again, what was her name again?
Absolutely.
Rehana?
Her name is Rehana Fathima.
Fathima. Good job, Rehana. Mm-hmm. Let me see what the top comments are. This is you. What the fuck is this picture? Now our YouTube is gonna get removed. Okay, so top comment from India. Not for showing her thigh, but for hurting religious sentiments. She deserves it. Oh fuck! That's the top comment. What the hell? So I think this is a Hindu person from India saying that. Well, I mean, I hope 1,000 other women come and hurt your sensitive religious sentiments, you fucker. I'm not gonna read that one.
Well, you hurt the sentiments of somebody that actually exists. So how about you just engage with reality and shut the fuck up?
If your religious sentiments get hurt that much, it needs to be hurt 1,000 more times until you get over it. You can you can desensitize.
Yeah.
Like
if you're offended, good.
Yeah, good. A mission accomplished. Fuck you.
Yep.
Vincenzo is saying they'll teach her for having legs. Okay. This person that I cannot even try to pronounce, saying wrong, not for thighs, but for religious things she wear. No, yeah, because she's a woman.
You realize that when you make this argument, like how ridiculous you sound, right? It's because of religious sentiments. Like, how is that any better? Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, your religious sentiments matters only to you. It shouldn't matter to the rest of us. Yeah. Soraya is good to have here right now in the live chat. So, first, Soraya is from India. He usually has a lot of good information. So Soraya is saying, "Oh, thanks, Rehana Fathima was sacked for Section 295A. The law is used as blasphemy law. RIP logic of my country." Well, I mean, it's good that there are people in your country that are fighting against this bullshit, and still the police is removed this law that didn't let women go to this temple. So there's progress. There's some hope. Soraya is also saying, like Zubin Madden described once, the law was made by Britishers to seclude rights of people. Later, after independence, it became a disaster, but religious people has the major. So I think what you're saying, that they brought this law, but then the religious people took advantage of it. Soraya is saying, yep, Gnostic Nation is working on that. We are already trying to secure her rights of job. Oh, good job,
Great.
Soraya. Great job. Good. So it's already happening. But don't, if you were thinking about reaching out, what is this thing called? So, Gnostic Nation. So go look that up, see if they could use some support. So here's another comment. I think this is also from India. I'm not sure. This person is saying she's very bold and mocks Hindu religion without no fear. She does? She mocks Hindu religion? Wow, I'm now a bigger fan of her. But can she dare enter a Muslim mosque with half-naked leg alone with the burqa? I don't suggest that. I don't want her. That's suicidal. I think. Like we just because. Okay, this is. I thought this is going to be a good comment. This is a bad comment. Because she's doing something that is braver than most of us would ever do, and now you're raising the standard by saying, "Well, will she do this?" I mean, come on. She's taking so much risk than any of us took, and now you're saying, "Well, she wouldn't do something even more risky." Like, I don't understand. The only response to this woman is thank you. And then this guy is continuing. No woman is allowed to pray in a mosque, even with burqa, or say a word against polygamy and child marriage. Yes, or justice system is very strict on minority rights. Okay, I think, I'm not sure, but I think this guy is making excuses for Hinduism by comparing it to Islam. And I always hate that when apologists for Hinduism do that, because if you compare things with Islam, almost everything is going to look good. Okay, your batshit bullshit crazy ideology doesn't have to be the most batshit bullshit crazy ideology for it to be harmful, and for us not to worth fighting it. Okay, yes, fighting for women's rights in mosque would be riskier. Islam is more dangerous than Hinduism. But that doesn't mean Hinduism is not nonsense. That doesn't mean it's not worth fighting for women's rights under Hindu ideology. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm almost sure that this woman has done more than you would ever. But almost sure.
Yeah. When it comes to harmful ideology, instead of addressing the harmful ideology in question and just saying, yeah, well, this one's worse, all you're doing is allowing the lesser the lesser problem perpetuate, because you're not giving that any attention, because you're drawing all the attention away from it and saying, yeah, well, what about this? You know, this is bad. This is worse. You know, that's it's not productive.
Uday is saying that temple law is a red herring. There are temples in India where men are not allowed. Well, is that?
I actually did some research on this. There are temples where men are not allowed on certain days, or there are. But this is a temple where women were not allowed, like at all, of menstruating age at all.
Right. Yeah, there is a double standard against women in almost all religions. So if you're going to compare, I'm pretty sure Hinduism is more anti-woman than anti-man. But if you want us to be consistent, they fuck all the sexist temples. How about that?
There you go.
They saying comparison of Hinduism and Islam is inevitable for any Indian, given that there are 200 million. Yeah, I'm not saying don't compare Islam with Hinduism. I compare ideologies all the time. What I'm suggesting is that saying Islam is worse is not an excuse for people not to go after Hinduism.
Atheist Republic's mission is to give atheists around the world a louder voice. In order for us to be able to continue the Atheist Republic, we need your help. If we reach 100 patrons, we'll finally be able to afford all our costs. Help us get there.